On May 13th, representatives of the Security Service of Ukraine, or SBU, approached the International Court of Justice in The Hague. They handed over what they considered to be proof of the direct involvement of Russian state military personnel in the rocket attack on the city of Mariupol in southeastern Ukraine on January 24, 2015. On that day, a residential area of Mariupol was the target of a heavy artillery barrage by 2 Grad rocket launchers located in the areas controlled by Russia-backed militants in the Donbas region. As a result of this shelling, at least 29 civilians lost their lives, and over 100 others were injured. On May 7th, prior to the filing of this evidence with the International Court, the results of the SBU investigation were made public at a briefing delivered in Kyiv by the chairman of the SBU, Vasil Hrytsak. Hrytsak stated that the evidence includes intercepted communications between Russian officers during and after the attack on Mariupol. He also stated that, according to the evidence, the shelling of the city's residential areas had been deliberate and had been supervised by Russian state military personnel.
Нами встановлена безпосередня участь в обстрілах підрозділів 200-ї Печенігської окремої мотострілецької бригади та 2-ї гвардійської Таманської мотострілецької дивізії.
11 individuals responsible for this terrorist act and said to be directly involved in the operation were identified, and most of them are high-ranking military officials. According to Hrytsak, the overall operation was controlled from the territory of the Russian Federation by Major General Stepan Yaroshchuk, the chief of the missile troops and artillery of the Southern Military District of the Russian Army. The attack itself was controlled from the occupied city of Donetsk by Alexander Tsapluk, a colonel of the Russian Armed Forces. And the movements of the Russian rocket system battalions were coordinated by Maxim Vlasov, a lieutenant colonel of the Russian Armed Forces. Furthermore, this shelling was carried out using rocket launcher systems belonging to 2 regular battalions of the Russian Armed Forces, one of which subsequently took part in a military parade in Moscow. According to the SBU, the rocket launchers had been intentionally transported from Russia to the occupied territory of the Donbas for the specific purpose of carrying out this attack. The voice recordings presented at Hrytsak's briefing had to be edited in order to bleep out the heavy profanity used by the Russian officers in their discussion of this deadly attack. Hrytsak interpreted this swearing as a sign of the perpetrator's utter disregard for human life.
Коли я сам уважно прослухав ці всі розмови, саме ця нецензурна лексика характеризує і показує усей той цинізм, з яким російське військове керівництво готувало, вчиняло цей злочин, а потім приховувало сліди його вчинення.
Now that this evidence has been filed with the International Court of Justice, the SBU expects that all of the perpetrators that it identified in this case will be placed on the international wanted list. I'm Tania Stech, and this was Ukraine in the News.
Канал 1+1 тепер доступний на Bell International Programming.